So, hello, testing. Work, you stupid green bar. Work, work. Show me that you're working. Red light. Okay. What's this do? I don't know. Is this thing working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that was working. That's interesting. Stupid kid. That's better. Cat is more interesting. So what can I say? Hello everyone. I know it's been a while. I haven't done my weekly vlog in 2 or 3 weeks. My bad. Been caught up with real life, so I haven't really done it. This one's just more of a fill-in before Formula One starts. So yeah, that's what I'd call that. Yeah. Got this new torch. I'll just show you. It was kind of meant to be for hunting. Yeah, except it doesn't fit in the mount, and the torch is actually probably too. But it's really bright. Like let's see. So it's pretty bright. It's 1200 lumens, and it's got the zoom function that you can change with that. I'll see if I can use it or not. I think I can jerry rig something. The plan I originally had isn't going to work, so yeah, we'll have to go with plan B. So what I'm thinking is, because this won't actually fit in the clip, what I can do instead is either tape it or strap it to a piece of wood, like a broom handle, and then just use the broom handle, put that in the mount, and then just have the torch, attached to the broom handle, which is attached to the gun, and that should work. That should work. But yeah, no, this. I thought, I honestly looked at this torch and I thought, oh yeah, no, that should fit in the mount, and it's big enough that it should last, going out. You obviously don't want it to run out of power immediately, and you want it to be bright enough. It's been a long time since it's been a long time since I've actually had a decent torch. So I'm saying, oh, why don't you just take it back? Well, I don't really want to. It's actually a good torch. And as an ex-security guard, I can say I do like a good torch. And I am, it's a good torch. Like, actually, you know what? We can let's turn out the light and let's see how bright this torch is. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so brightness. So I don't want to blind the cat. So that's lowest setting. And you can zoom. Oops. That's the second setting. It's actually quite bright. Okay, I'm going to go one more. That's the brightest setting. It's pretty bright. All right. All right, so yeah, so it turns out 1200 lumens on a torch is a lot. What's this brand? It's Oztrail torch. You have a charging point at the bottom here, so it's rechargeable, which is what I wanted. It's obviously got one of them halogen bulbs on Oh no, that's an LED. We don't use halogen anymore. For all the youngsters out there who don't know what halogen was, that used to be the thing. If you wanted bright torch, you got a halogen bulb. Yeah, so obviously I'm not drinking tonight. Got things to do, and I've got to be up early tomorrow, so not looking to do anything. I've got going out to help a friend on the farm, do some farm work. So yeah, so hopefully we can get some work finished off tomorrow. He reckons we won't be able to do it. I was hoping for getting the cattle crush done. I think it's possible. We'll see. I don't know. I got a fair few holes to dig, so we'll see. No one's favourite thing to do is dig holes, but it's just a job that needs to be done. So no complaining, just doing. That's basically it. Nothing new there. What else has been happening with me? Just working, really. Not a lot. Just working. The new season for Good Omens is out, so I've been watching that. There's a few shows that have actually come out. The one I've been looking forward to was Good Omens. I waited about 4 years for that one, and then you try and tell your friends about it, and you're like, "Hey, you should check this out." And they're always like, no, because I suggested it, so how dare I? Can't watch a show that Stevie suggests. Nope, not allowed to do that. Like I told them, one of my favorite shows on Prime, right? The Magicians. I'm like, you got to see The Magicians. 4 or 5 years later, they still haven't seen one episode. And you just look at them like, is this because I suggested this show to you? Is that why you don't like it? Fucking idiots. Like they'll say, IGN will say, they said this is a good show. How about having your own opinion instead of IGN opinion? Who do you think's opinion that is in the great wide world matters more? Your opinion or IGN opinion? Watch it for your freaking self. Decide for yourself what you like. You do not need some garbage review channel which only reviews mainstream crap to tell you what you like and what you shouldn't like. Don't be an NPC, people. Think for yourself. For the love of God. I mean, come on, please. Don't be an NPC. Amount of NPCs you see out there, like for those people who go looking at me, go, what is an NPC? Non-playable character. It's an acronym for a sheeple. It's basically like saying that person is so mundane and boring, and just lives existence to such an extent that they don't have a life. They can't form an opinion. They can't make a decision. They have to have everyone do everything for them. Like, basically what a sheeple is. Like, are you a sheeple? Are you going to do what everyone tells you to do? Or are you going to just do your own thing? Are you going to figure shit out for yourself? Like, what's it going to be, people? What's it going to be? Are you in the game, or are you just existing? I'm not trying to badmouth anyone, obviously. It's just really annoying talking to some people and they act like such sheeple, and you just say, "Oh, just talk like a human would. Please, just talk like a human would. Please, please, please. Don't be boring. Please don't be boring." You know what I mean? Anyway, whatever. What else? I haven't done much exercise this week, mostly because my back was playing up, and I didn't really want to antagonize it. And you might say, that's not much of an excuse. Well, I know, but that's basically what it was. Is my back was playing up. I did a little bit of exercise, and it sort of fixed it a little bit, but I was really just trying to stretch it out and really click it all back into place, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I should see the chiropractor. I've been a bit slack with that. Yeah. For those who don't think chiropractors are good, wait till yeah. Prime and you haven't seen The Magicians, for God's sake, watch the show. Like, I guarantee you'll like. And the humor in that is on point, and like the plot moves along nicely. The characters develop well. Like, you're invested in the show, is what I'll say. Like, you can get invested in the show quite easily. There's like 5 seasons. There's possibly a 6, but I don't know if they did a 6. They kind of, well, I can't say anything there. They possibly would do a 6, but I don't know if they have to. You don't really have to. But yeah, anyway, that's that. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And yeah. What else has been happening? I haven't been doing shooting lately. Just like I was meant to go last night and I didn't. Because basically what happened was I was trying to get some sleep. I worked the night before and I was trying to get some sleep. After I'd done all my stuff for that day, I was just have 3 or 4 hours and then I'll go. And then I just couldn't get to sleep. And by the time I did, it was too late. Like, I was just too exhausted. I couldn't go. So it didn't. So I can't tell you if I shot better or worse. If I showed improvement or didn't. That's just what happened. It was unfortunate. I tried. I really, really tried to go and put in, be social, see some people, try and improve my skills a little bit. It didn't really happen, but whatever. Life's like that. Interesting point. I was talking with someone today about death penalty in Australia. Should we bring that back? I was sort of saying no. I'm saying yes, but my thoughts sorry, I got an itchy head. Scratch. That's nice. Nice. No, I don't have fleas. Anyway, death penalty in Australia, should we bring that back? Well, I think we should. I think for certain people, I think it's fair enough. Someone who has done evil, and they've done evil, and have crossed a line that just should never be crossed. Yeah, kill them. Be done with it. Obviously, me saying that now, YouTube's going to be like, oh no, you've ruined my sensibilities. Shadowbad, destroy this channel. Fire. Burn it with fire. Whatever. I've actually said that I will probably go to Rumble. I haven't done that yet. I should. I've been slack. Again, setting up a new channel on a different site. It's a pain in the bum. And what kind of videos would I want to do? Would I actually want to look? I stopped taking this seriously when YouTube nuked my main channel, and basically, a lot of videos I put a huge amount of effort into, they just boom, gone. So I just decided I don't care when it comes to YouTube videos. Why should I put in effort when clearly they're just going to nuke it or do something, obviously, because whatever the reason is, I just didn't want to take that risk. So, or put in effort. Why should I put in effort when they're just going to do stuff like that? Like, there's no point. There's absolutely no point. It's contributing nothing because, like, on the off chance that anyone even watches anything, like, are you going to put in 8 hours worth of work on a video that's 5 minutes long? Possibly, because, if you're doing it properly, you're fact checking, you're doing like animations or whatever, you're doing a lot of cutting and editing, having to reshoot stuff. I mean, you're talking a lot of hours, and for them to just come along and go, bang, channel's destroyed, bye-bye. You just go like, I'm going to be honest, I used to put in a lot of effort, and they just kept giving me strikes. Like ages back, I kept giving me strikes. And I just went, nah, I'm not putting effort into these people. Like, it's not worth it. Like, I did enjoy making videos. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy making videos. Making videos, it's done a lot for my self-confidence. It's done a lot for other things, but like creatively, it was a lot of fun. It was a huge amount of fun, actually. It felt like it felt like you kind of got to make movie kind of thing, or like a TV show. Like but the only trouble is you had to do literally everything, right? Um, so yeah, so when you have to do literally everything, like the editing, the acting, the script, uh, there's a lot that goes into it. Like it's it's not as simple as just going, oh, I'm going to make a video about X. Like, yeah, you can do that, but to do it good, like do it properly, and make sure that there's little to no mistake. Quality is good. Everything's good about it. It's not that easy, So, yeah, look, all I can say is it's not a simple case. So, um, if you want to do it, yeah, like there's a lot of free editing software. I think most people can do it from their phone these days. When I started, you could only you had to. Well, look, I don't know if you only could, but phones weren't that good. So look, they were good, but I mean, we're talking like 10 years ago at least, 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, probably more actually. I would say like like it's yeah. Look, my old channel, I actually settled on a name because I liked it. Was Over Opinionated Bogan. I thought that was funny, but it used to just be my name for the longest time. And then I just was like, oh, this channel's grown a fair bit, and I thought that I could sort of branch out. And then one day YouTube just went. Actually, it was probably a little after I split up with Bonnie, and I'm pretty sure she had something to do with it. That was my guess. Um, and then after that, then it was boom, the channel was destroyed, and I was just like, the hell was that for? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, whatever. Like, doesn't matter. Yeah. So, look, that's why I was thinking of moving over to a different server. Well, one, because Rumble doesn't have like sensibilities like YouTube. Like YouTube, they're kind of like an ostrich. They just bury their head in the sand. That seems to be their mantra. So, geez, I've been so negative in this video. My bad, guys. My bad. I'm not trying to be negative. That's not me. I'm not trying to be negative. Negativity can stick it up its butt. Like I'm not trying to be negative. So maybe I just we need a different train of thought. Let's not talk about that. Let's pick a different subject. Something of interest. Oh yes, here's a good one. The Congress, yes, they were talking about. They're supposed to be what? The Congress, the American politics, that thing. Oh, yeah, that. They were talking about aliens. That's interesting. And the guy they were talking to seemed like that. Well, he seemed convinced of what he was saying, but he was sort of hinting that there was actual evidence for something, but they covered it all up. Now, I don't know if any of that's true. Possibly. They talk about these things being a national security risk. Well, if that was true, why aren't we seeing like danger in the sky as we fly? I don't believe that's the case. I think that's their excuse to try and get to the truth. Of course, like once you raise a national security issue, then you have to do something about it. But as for it being the case, no, it's not the case. That's clear, because if what this guy is saying is true, and aliens have been coming to Earth since 1930s, And there's been cases of these things crashing and flying around planes or whatnot. If that is true, fine, that's true. We'll leave it at that. But as to being a danger to other aircraft, well, clearly not, because nothing has been knocked out of the sky from these things. We have no recorded cases of planes being crashed into by these things or damaged in any way other than them just being there. Well, birds are there in the sky. Are they a problem for planes? Well, kind of, but not really. So they're kind of a nuisance, but they're there. And there's also the other fact that if any of that is even remotely true, let's say it is. Let's hyperbolically just say it is. One major problem, all right? Their technology, way better than ours. 100 times better than ours. 1,000 times better. A million, I don't know, just way better than ours. What the hell do you expect any of us to do about it? I mean, it's basically medieval knights versus modern era. Like, what do you think medieval knights are going to do? Nothing. They can't do anything. They're just there. They're not going to be doing anything. This is a moot point. It's pointless to even talk about. So as far as national security going, no, you won't get nothing across the board. Let's just say that, look, all I can say to all the people that have seen stuff like that, and I've actually seen a few things that were interesting, but I can't really say if that was what it was. Anyway, let's just say that it is that's the case. At least it validates those people. It shows that they're not crazy. So there's that. At least it shows that whatever they saw is real and unexplainable, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't know where you want to go with this. Like, if these things are supposed to be smarter than us and they're there, well, they clearly haven't made contact with any humans. So where's the alien in this room talking to us right now? I mean, they can take the microphone, they can talk. I don't see any aliens in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why haven't they made contact? Where is? Why is it that? You know what I'm saying? It's silly. It's what's your point about any of this? Like, it's not going to help anyone. We've got bigger fish to fry than aliens, believe it or not. There's bigger things in the world than aliens. Like, like, personally, think about your own life, about right now, what is important? It's having a job, it's having a life, it's having a roof over your head, it's surviving, right? Now, that shouldn't be the goal. Like, our life shouldn't be about. Someone said to me, life isn't made to be difficult. Well, I disagree. I think that it is difficult. I think it is made to be difficult for a lot of people. And I think anyone that thinks other than that, I think they realize the world that we live in. I think they live in a bubble. Like, it's very clearly that everyone's starting to feel it. Like, it's not easy. So to turn around and say that it's easy or that it wasn't made to be difficult, well, what would you call it then? What would you call it? Because you have to call it something. And the way things are, I don't know. Like, every time you seem to be thinking that you're getting somewhere, the world seems to kick us in the guts and say, no, you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. You're going back to square one. You're going to end up in the same place you always have. Unless you do something different, that's going to change everything. And that'll never happen because we've put all the goalposts so far away. That can't happen. That's impossible. So tough. Enjoy. So unless you win the lotto, which you won't because we've made that impossible as well, tough. You just have to deal with it, or revolution and kill the leadership. What do you mean? No, I'm suggesting something. No. I'm not saying revolution. I'm saying revolution. Just a little revolution. A little French revolution. Just roll the guillotines out. Just a little rolly. Just a little choppy chop. Only have to do it to a few people, and then people go, oh, being greedy and evil is bad. And all the people around us hate it a lot, to the point that they're going to chop our heads off. We better stop being greedy and evil. That could happen. But hey, do whatever you want, people. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying. Rolly, rolly, a little choppy chop. So you're going to solve one problem and create another, but it's always been. But at least, look, you know what would really fix this world up? If we stop electing the people that they keep telling us to elect. So when they say elect Biden or DeSantis or Trump, you know what you turn around and do? You vote for the complete other person. When they tell us to vote for Labor or Liberal in Australia, we go, nah, we'll vote for someone else. Like, vote for One Nation, vote for, not the Greens, vote for United Party, vote for whoever, like farmers and shooters, whatever. Like, just vote for someone else other than what they tell you to do, and then problem solved, right? That's how you fix the problem. You stop electing the douchebags that they keep wanting, that they put all their millions of dollars funding and saying, this person good. And you go, no, this person bad. And you know why they're bad? Because you say they're good. So we're not going to do what you say. We're going to do a little reverse psychology and do the opposite. So yeah, so really, if you want to make change, stop electing the evil douchebags that they want you to elect. You can ignore the Rupert Murdoch media. You can ignore the government media. You can ignore everything and just read the data, read what they want, go off that. But hey, dude, look, I know. Only Labor or Liberal in Australia will win because that's how it's set up. So you can vote for the other people, but it will do nothing, right? It's true. But if we all did it, if every one of us just went, nah, enough of this crap. We're not like voting for any of the people that you said because they all suck, and we don't want them running this country or running any country. So yeah, that's how you deal with that. That's that because that's their legal loophole that they keep skirting around. And look, they'll tell you that's how you get rid of them. They'll even tell you that, but they know for a fact that you won't do it because you're so trained. But the good dog that you are, or the good sheeple that you are, that you will, even with all the knowledge in the world, you will still do the same thing because they know that's what you will do. They've trained you to do this. That's why you'll do it. So, prove me wrong, world. Prove me wrong. You know, it's people earn their stereotypes. It's up to people to prove that they are not their stereotypes. So prove me wrong. Prove me that you're not your stereotype, that you are not the expectation. You are the example. Does that make sense? No, I don't think so, but whatever. Someone out there is like, wow, you grasping for words there, mate. I think I was. Yes, probably. Trying to put that whole spiel together so that it sounded good. But see, this is what I mean. Like, this is live, right? If you were doing a video properly, you would have to cut that out. You have to, do a bit of editing. That's how it works. So, yeah. We'll run this for a little bit longer because, I've got other things to do and Formula One will start soon, so we'll be going to that. Danny Rick's back in the Formula One cast. That's interesting. And just want to see how he goes. They say that the AlphaTauri is the slowest car on that grid. I don't know about that, to be honest. Because, their race pace, I would say all them cars, they're all about the same pace when they're on those tyres, and they're just you'll see them in the practice session, they'll be getting times their qualifying times, they don't really get them in the race very often. That's kind of so, I mean, look, all I can say is, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to just, we'll wrap this up in a minute. Is there anything else to add that's worthy of our time? I don't know. One thing I did Google, I wanted to know if your local area did cart hire because I haven't driven a cart in like anything fast in ages. And I wanted to drive something fast, so I'm thinking, well, if they've got some carts for hire, no, it turns out no. That's disappointing. It would have been nice. There is actually cart track there, but they don't do cart hire, so oh well, there's that. Yeah, yeah. I know most of the hire carts are very slow compared to the proper ones. I know that, but it would have just been nice to actually be able to drive something and not have to be within rules. You just go right. I'm gonna do those fastest bloody thing will go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Uh, so yeah. I don't really have anything to add. That's it. Peace. No worries. Take it easy, people.